Hey, what's up, guys? It's Pete here with MixBetterNow.com, and coming to you with a brand new plugin review. We have the Infected Mushroom Pusher from the good folks at Waves. I have this on a couple different tracks here and on my stereo bus. I have a Logic session pulled open. We're going to turn some knobs, see how it sounds. We're going to check out some presets, all that good stuff. But before we do that, let me just go over all of the feature set that it has with you, all of the things included here and what they do. So the way that I would explain this plugin is it's pretty much like a very cool color box. It's vibey. It is not discrete. It is not transparent. Everything is boost only. We're not doing any cutting at all. So it's not like that kind of an EQ. It's very similar to the artist signature plugins, if you will, where we have multiple feature sets in one box and one plugin. So, for example, in here we have EQ, compression, limiting, clipping, stereo widening, all those kinds of good things. So, instead of having to go and grab a bunch of different EQs and a compressor, we can do that all in this one plugin. So, like I said, I have it on the stereo bus of this loop. And I have one on a sub bass. I have one on the drum kit. I want to start down here with the lows. So we have kind of like a 3-band EQ, low, body, and high. The lows obviously is, you turn it up and you're boosting the low end. Body is low mids and mids, and highs is your high end. One thing that's great about the highs I really like is that it adds a very nice shine to the top. We don't get any of that ice pickiness or anything harsh that you might associate with a high shelf. Another very cool feature that we have here is on the lows, we can actually set this to a note. So for example, if you are mixing a song in a certain key, if you're doing something like, mixing an 808 that is pitched to a certain pitch, or if you just want to tighten, say, like a kick drum with a bass guitar, you can actually set that low frequency and dial it into a specific key, which is very helpful, very useful. We have a great stereo image widening tool up here, very useful, sounds super natural. I don't mean supernatural, I mean very natural. How's that? And yeah, just sounds really, really good. And then we have this push knob down here. So the harder we drive the push, it's basically like the threshold on a limiter. That's how I would explain this push knob. We have 2 modes. We have clip mode, we have limit mode, so you can basically do clipping or limiting. We have our output is down here, our so we could level match or increase the overall volume if you want. And then the arguably the most important knob on the whole thing is this magic knob in the middle. And what the magic knob does is it enhances and boosts the dynamics and all of the frequencies at one time. So, if we dial in some lows and some mids and some highs, and then we increase the magic, this is going to amplify all of the EQ, as well as this dynamic punch feature right here. The further we push this fader up, the more compression we're going to get in our signal. Again, this is not a precise thing. This is just very kind of loose. So, all right, let's go ahead and see what this sounds like. I'm gonna play the loop, and then we'll start on the stereo bus, and I'm just gonna show you some presets, turn some knobs, see what they sound like, and let's check it out. So we'll start with the lows. so we're doing a little bit of boosting on the lows. We're boosting some of the mids, boosting some of the highs. Got the stereo imager working. I have the push knob here going a little bit. We have it in clip mode. And then I'm just going to kind of work the magic knob here. Obviously, the harder we push it, the more intense, the more amplified and enhanced the EQ and the compression is going to be. And then this fader right here controls our compressor. Let's go ahead and push this up and see what it sounds like. Just going to dial the output down a little bit here, and let's just try and level match so we can do a little bypass. All right, so everything sounds, pretty cool. Nothing sounds overtly bad to me, I mean, obviously, I probably wouldn't dime out the body just because I feel like it's a little bit too mid-forward. Check it out. Right, I mean, that's normally something that I'd probably be looking to remove frequency-wise on my stereo bus anyway. But, a little bit does sound nice. A little bit does fill it out. The highs are, like I said, they're very natural sounding. I'm just going to bring this up a little bit just so it sounds good. Cool. One thing I've yet to try with this plugin, like I said, I just downloaded it and I wanted to do a quick video, but I would love to throw this on a parallel bus and use it in parallel because the compression can get very extreme sounding, something that I think would be great to blend in with an uncompressed signal. And the same thing with the EQs. The EQs can get very aggressive. The limiter can get very aggressive. The clipper can get very aggressive, and we could even sweeten it with the stereo imager. So very cool. Let's go ahead and check out some of the presets that it has. It has a bass menu, distortion, drums, mastering, vocals, and guitar. But one cool thing that I found with this is that they're very interchangeable. For example, you could throw a drum preset on a bass or, vice versa, and it will work equally well. All of these things are really just color and just adding vibe and flavor to everything. So being that we're still on the stereo bus, let's just go through these mastering presets. They're not subtle, so just watch your volume because they definitely can jump in amplitude really quick. Okay, let's check out the next one. Kick sounds great on this. Cool. Yep. So we got into some of the vocal presets there, but like I said, they can sound good on the 2 bus. For example, let's just try this Vocal Pusher 1. You know, very usable, all extremely fun sounding. Another thing I want to show you guys is on just a drum loop, what this sounds like. So got some an instance of Superior Drummer loaded here, and this is bypassed for the minute. Let's turn it on. So this is again where I was talking about the low end being able to dial in the kick based on the key of the song. Like I said, I happen to know that the bass line starts with a D on here, so I'm going to keep it on D, and let's go ahead and turn some knobs. Let's try some push. Now, one thing I want to point out here is if you look at the output meter of the track that I have Superior Drummer on, which is right here, it's the maximum that it's going to is negative 0.1 dBFS. So the built-in limiter, so the manual says will never exceed that. That is the fixed limiting / clipping point on the push section or the limiter section, whatever you want to call it. So it's kind of nice that you can just set it and forget it, and you don't really have to worry about overdriving the channel that you have it on or distorting too much. If you hear it distorting, it's because you want it that way. It's not because you're actually clipping out your channel. All right, let's pull up a couple drum presets here. Some of these sound pretty good. Drum loop 1. Pretty big difference there, but again, it's not really level matched. A lot of these presets are very hot, very high in volume, so let's try and level match this. Yeah, so I mean, I'm lowering it by 10 dB. That's how much output we're getting from the preset, and obviously just from all the boosting, because all these EQ frequencies are boostable only, as well as the magic knob is only boostable as well. So it only makes sense. But the output knob does a really good job in terms of makeup gain and level matching. Let's try the next one, drum loop 2. So as you can hear, we can get very, very aggressive settings, very vibey settings. This plugin overall, I think, sounds pretty natural. It has that analog vibe to it, where almost like you're crushing, something to tape, or you're overdriving a compressor. Just all really fun sounds. Definitely lots and lots of creative possibilities with this guy. The last one I want to just throw a few things on here is the sub bass. Let's go ahead and solo that up. Now, if you guys aren't listening on something like headphones or a pair of studio monitors, this might be tough to hear just because there are quite a bit of sub frequencies, but believe me, it is definitely working and it's sounding great. The other thing that's really cool about throwing this on a sub bass is we can use the stereo image enhancement tool to really make it sound pretty wide. Very, very cool. All right, so that's it for the Waves Infected Mushroom Pusher. Just threw on a couple tracks here. Wanted to show you guys what it sounded like. Go check it out. Go download the demo. I think it's only like $29 right now. It's on sale. For $29, I don't think you can go wrong, in my opinion. This is definitely something that I'm going to add to my arsenal and to my toolbox. I feel like there's a lot of creative possibilities with this plugin. Again, my name is Pete with MixBetterNow.com. If you guys haven't already, please do me a favor. Please hit subscribe. Please hit like. And if you haven't, please check out the email list. When you sign up, I will send you my free swag bag full of all kinds of free goodies like multi-track sessions, free plugins, drum samples, mix templates, all kinds of good stuff. So check it out. All right, so that's it for me. As always, I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you have a great day.